today's long play, we're going to build a boho campsite using the new expansion pack, and thank you very much to EA for sending me a code for it and making this video possible. But of course, since it's spooky season, we're going to add an eerie twist and make it for a cult. I'm also going to give you a deeper dive into the custom venues and schedule feature towards the end of this video, so get yourself a drink, a snack, a blanket, get comfy, and let's get into it. Alright, so we're working on this massive 64 by 64 lot in Gibbi Point, of course, and this is where we're going to build our campsite today. You'll notice that I have my terrain paint already figured out and like the terrain heights, just because I had to do a decent chunk of planning for this and I wanted to kind of get that sorted off camera so that we can do the actual fun stuff on camera. And so we're just going to start by placing our buildings. We're going to have 3 tents, I guess. I don't think there's going to be any normal buildings on this lot. They're all going to be tents. So we're going to have 3 tents on this side, and then we'll have a couple more on this side, which will be like living quarters. And then we're going to have like a mysterious crypt in the back. And then this kind of like taller sort of mountain area is going to be the hot springs / ritual area, which we'll get into. But I just want to get all the buildings down and the structures so that I have a good sense of where everything's going to be placed. I'm not sure how big some of these need to be, so I'll just put down like a general shape and then we will work our way from there. It might be helpful if I'm on like the ground floor, because yeah, I think some of these are going to be way too large with the way I'm building them. I can do some like that. I kind of want to reserve the diagonal ones for maybe the more important buildings, I guess. And so the other ones will just be like this. And then I have this really cute idea for the bathrooms on this lot. I'm gonna try and make them look like those little circus tents or like Renaissance fair tents. And that way we can just add like a little bit more whimsy into this build. So I think that's gonna be so cute. I have tested out how I'm gonna build them, but there is kind of like 2 methods that we could go with. But I think I'm just going to do 2 of those tents, like 2 of those little bathroom tents. And I want them to just kind of be in the back here, being very picky with the placement. Yeah, and then we'll have another tent here. And then I want all of this to be like a gardening area. This will be the campfire and whatnot. It's just kind of important that I get the layout precise for this, because once I have it down, it's going to be kind of hard to move things around with how I'm planning on building these campsites. So that's why I'm taking a little bit of extra care this time. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I plan to build these tents, because that's kind of like the whole point of this video. Because with this new expansion pack, in case you missed my last video on this, you can now make these custom tents, which I mean you could beforehand, but they gave us all these items that allow you to make it look like it's an actual tent. Like we have canvas wallpaper and roof paint and these windows that are very tent specific. So that's why I got inspired to do this build. But for the tent I'm working on right now, I'm thinking this is going to be for the leader, and then all the other ones will be for like members. So for this one, I want them to have kind of like a fancy deck area, like kind of like a grand entrance up to their tent. So I'm gonna do that. I think maybe I'll go with the stone swatches for like their deck area, or I could go with the wooden ones, which for some reason are completely, oh, here we go. I was gonna say they are completely lost on me, but I found them. Yeah, like these are the stairs. I love the stairs from this pack. I think they're so pretty. I mean, we have like a lot of these kind of, I don't even know what this is called, but like the stairs where you can see through it, but we don't have any that look like these planks kind of pieced together. So I think that's a really nice item. And then for the deck, we could do the stone one here. We also got a stilt foundation, which arguably really not needed. Like we have this base game one as well. Like I feel like we could have done without that, but because there's water lots in this world, I think that's why they gave us one. But we have 3 in base game, so I feel like in any of these packs, like it's just not really necessary to have. But either way, those are our 3 options. I think maybe I'll go with this wooden one, or would this stilt be prettier? And then I could maybe like have landscape peeking through it. I don't think I want the tent itself to be on a platform, but maybe we'll do it like this. And then for the actual tent, which is what I was trying to show you, we're going to do it in this way where we have like a main room instead of having it so that it's just like this roof piece with a door. I mean, it's still functional if you do it that way, but it doesn't look nearly as good when you go into like wall down mode, if that makes sense, because it just looks like a very weird outline, I guess, and you don't actually have any walls. And so we're going to do it this way instead. So I'm going to take, it's kind of weird because I'm doing it on a diagonal, but I'm going to take this gabled roof piece, and then I'm going to take the half gabled roof piece and put it along the same side. And I'm going to bring it down to one tile. And then using this one here, I'm just going to raise it up and try to match it to the height of this one. And then where these half arrow adjusters are, I'm just going to bring that in. And then that's the one side. I could even, if I want to get fancy with it, curve it a little bit and hit Ctrl C if I want to smooth it out. I wonder if I want to curve this one too, or if these should even be like tall walls. I think we'll leave them short. Leave them short and uncurved for now, and maybe I'll tweak it after, but I just want to show the options. And I'm just going to copy that and put it on the other side, and then essentially you have a whole tent. Now you can adjust like the pitch and stuff of this. Maybe a taller roof for like the main tent would be cool, and just kind of explain, or not explain, but show that it's for the leader without any actual signage, if that makes sense. So we can try something like this. Something about the curve is looking kind of weird to me, so I guess we just, well, maybe I don't mind it on this top part. Okay, we'll leave it like that for now. But then basically with the new pack, the Adventure Awaits pack, now I'm going to take this roof paint. Okay, it's really hard to see in that light, but you can see here that it's actually canvas and it's all like stitched together and stuff. It's called the Intense Canvas Roof. These are all of our color options, pretty neutral and like earth toned, which I do really love. But for this pack, I really want it, or not this pack, sorry, this build, I want it to feel more like whimsical, I guess, and slightly eerie. So I'm gonna use this off-white one. There is a like starker white, but I prefer the cream instead. And then we have a matching wallpaper for this, which is also called the Intense Canvas Wall. And I'm gonna use the same color and put it on my roof and my walls. And then to polish off the roof, we have a canvas roof trim. So again, taking the same color, I'm just gonna match it. And then you can see that way all of the stitching lines up and it just seamlessly polishes off your custom tent. So I'm gonna put that on all the roof pieces. And then that's the whole kind of shell of the tent. But then we have these archways, which again are meant to look like the tent entranceway. You could really turn this part of the video into a drinking game if you wanted, with the amount of times I'm saying tent, but this is the archway for it. And then if you go into the window coverings, it comes with this little canvas roll to make it look like it can pull down and cover the archway just like a tent would. And then the last part of the kind of tent accessories are these film sort of windows with like this plastic in it. So we have this individual size one, like the one tile, and then we have one larger one. Then we have this larger one here, and again, all the swatches match. So then this way, it looks like it's an actual tent window. And then you can do the same kind of thing and put the canvas roll over top of these. I would probably do this on the inside to make it look like an actual tent, where like you adjust it from the inside. And yeah, so that's kind of the whole tent overview, if you will, and is what we're going to be working with today. But I just wanted to show you that now so that in case I'm talking over it with the lore I want to add for this build and whatnot, you're not completely lost. Oh, I actually like that kind of angle on it. Okay, that's cute. We're going to roll with that. And then now that I kind of have that sorted on that angle piece, I can apply it to the other angled pieces. This here was going to be, or not was, is going to be the activity tent. So I'm gonna work on that. I don't want it to be the same size as like the leader's tent, but I do still want it to be decently large because I want to make sure I can put a lot of like skill items in here and stuff. So since this one is 5 tiles wide, I'll leave this one as 4 and just make it a little bit longer, and hopefully that will be okay. If I have to adjust it after the fact, that's all right. But for now, we'll go with this. I don't think this one needs a deck. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. I think I want the only one to have a deck to be the leader's tent. Again, just so like right off the bat, you can kind of tell that this is a very important structure to this kind of campsite. I wonder if I should play around with the angles just to add variety in these tents. Okay, I'll do the same over here. And then we'll have to do that same method for these other smaller tents. So this is going to be the leaders, this will be the activity cabin, and then over here I was thinking this could be the kitchen and dining hall cabin. Or it's not a cabin, it's a tent. But we could do something like that. Again, I don't really want it to be the same size as that, but with this one, we might need it to be just so there's space for dining and a kitchen. Or should I move that over to this side? And then we can put the farm area over here instead. Then that way, all of like your Sims basic needs can be met in this one section. So it doesn't take them 3 hours to go in, you know, brush their teeth or something. So we could do that. I think perhaps I'll have it so that I was gonna say maybe I'll have it so that the tent faces this way, but maybe what if I tried it on a diagonal but like in the other direction, like this way? Ooh, yeah, I actually like that much better because then it creates this nice kind of circular area. So we'll do that. I also want to have this kind of outdoor feast table thing, but I'm kind of thinking that might be better suited for up where I'm gonna put that like pool area. So I'm just trying to figure out layout right now. Okay, and then using again the same pieces from the other ones, I'll just turn all of these into tents. Okay, so for the Ren Fair circus tents, I'm going to show you the 2 methods I'm thinking of using, and then we can pick and choose which one looks better after that. But for starters, I have this octagonal room here, and then I'm going to take the octagonal roof piece. I'm going to bring out the adjusters by 1, and then we're going to need a bunch of these half gabled roof pieces. So I'll need 1 for the normal side, and then 1 for the diagonal side. And I'm just going to bring in all of those half adjusters there. And I'm gonna, oh, I think I actually have the spacing a little bit wrong or something. Okay, and then I'm gonna adjust them so they kind of tuck under that roof line. I might even bring out this bottom adjuster just so that it's a bit more seamless, but I am gonna play around with the curvature of this one. And that can be kind of our like one side of it, and then we will take a half gable diagonal roof and we will put it on this side, following the same steps of bringing in all of the adjusters to start, and then tweaking afterwards and making it one tile, raise it up, and again gonna mess with the curvature of it and maybe bring out that by 1. And then I'm just gonna show you this example with white for now because I think it'll just look the most seamless, even though I do think I want them to be purple, but just in the interest of making this an easy enough tutorial to follow. So I'm just gonna make all of that white, and then I will also put a white siding on here. And then basically we can take this and just duplicate all of these pieces. So we'll put them on all the angles and all the flat sides like this. And then we will find some kind of archway. Just a base game one would do like this. And then we can find a curtain that we could use as the sort of door. I was thinking that maybe instead of using a normal curtain, we could use these light canopies from high school years and have that act as the sort of curtain. But again, I want it to be like white and purple, so I would probably put some kind of like purple curtain over this as well, or even just switch this one to purple. So that's kind of like the first method of doing it, and now I will show you the second method. So this method is just going to use all curtains. I'm going to use this same roof though, so I'll just need some kind of 2-tile wide archway, just something like that. And then for the curtains, we'll need ones that look like they're closed all the time, so something like this island living one would actually work perfect. I even think it comes, yeah, with a little bit of purple, so we could try that. Or other options, I mean, there's a lot of options if you have a lot of packs, but even these ones from Lovestruck are really pretty. Maybe I'll use these just to show you because I feel like they have the right amount of drapery. And then we can just dot them all along. And then we would need open ones for the front. Maybe I'll just use these businesses and hobbies ones for now. It really looks like the circus kind of tent when you put the red on it, but then something like that would be the other option. The only problem I have with this one is that there's no like swoopiness to it like the ones show, but everything is connected and it does have that drapery. Whereas this one, now that I look at it, might be a little ugly and sort of clunky looking, especially because these pieces don't connect and I don't really have any real way to make them connect. So for that reason, I think we shall go with this as our tent option. I want to work on kind of customizing these ones for now, honestly, because I think that'd be really fun. So I want these to be purple since the tents are going to be white, and I want it to be a purple and white color scheme. And I think having these be purple would add a nice bit of contrast. I feel like there's a lot of cute roof trims we could use, like these two ones, or even this scalloped white one, or this one from Lovestruck. But in terms of purple, we have that one, the one from Enchanted by Nature, and then this one comes in a red purple, if you will, but I'm not sure what's going to work best. I really like the soft purple over here, but we don't necessarily have much like that aside from maybe this roof, but that's really not too perfect for what I want. If you look at the Jungle Adventure roof tiles, these ones here, maybe that could kind of work, or there's those ones. But for the curtains, if we stick with these ones, there's some really gorgeous like deep purple ones. Maybe I could have like two types of purple tents. Like it might be nice if they're not all identical anyways. But yeah, like that's really pretty. And I was thinking if we didn't want to use these ones, well, there is a wall sculpture, I believe, that comes from Lovestruck that matches this. Or is it a sculpture? It might be a sculpture. Oh, it's a little bit big. I thought it fit perfectly, but apparently it does not. You could size it down and then it's pretty perfect. That actually looks really cute. Okay, so we kind of have that. Or what I was gonna say is that we could try the beaded curtains from Paranormal, and I think those would just be so cute on this kind of tent. I don't know if they come in a light pastel purple. It would appear the answer is no, but they're really cute either way. And then maybe I leave that tent white. I wish these businesses and hobbies ones came with a bit of purple. Oh, you know what we could try actually is using like these curtains. I need it in the other side option as well, like this. And then for behind it, we could put some kind of purple wallpaper and get the best of both worlds. Let me look at the purple. I need that like cool lilac color that matches this one here. Like there is a plain wallpaper, which I mean works, but I kind of want something with more texture. Or like striped. Ooh, this one from Businesses and Hobbies would actually be so cute. And it does already kind of feel like that sort of circus feel. Oh my gosh, or even the glass. That is so magical, but extremely impractical if that's going to be the bedroom. But maybe I could do something like that on the front of here. Oh, maybe I use it for the tent up there. The important person tent. I'm just gonna loosely dot that around. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try this wallpaper with the Businesses and Hobbies curtain and see how that turns out. Okay, I can't really find any roof paint that matches that light lilac color that we have going, so I'm just gonna go with this white one from the new pack, which is just like this cute metal roof. And I think this is such a cute tent. I now want to build all the tents like this. But I can't do that, surely. But imagine, I won't do this because it's like windows and, or sorry, it's a bathroom and whatnot. But if this had windows, tell me that wouldn't be the cutest little place to live. Maybe I'll switch out some of the tents, but these are our two ones for now. I may end up tweaking some of them because now I don't know if this one feels like too contrasty to the rest of it. But I think the idea of putting that like peekaboo wallpaper behind it was really smart, if I do say so myself. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of the bathroom situation. So let's go and start decorating or finalizing some of these tents over here. For starters, I'm gonna put in those windows that we got, the actual tent ones. I'm just gonna find the large one while I'm here. Okay, so here are our window options. I think I'll put 2 on the back, and then maybe we could have like 1 or 2 on the front, but I will need that archway. I almost want it to be 2 tiles wide. Oh, I also forgot to show that we do have like a tent door as well, in case you didn't want the open concept. Or it's not even open concept, but just like the open door look. Could even like merge these together maybe. I will use this. I made like this kind of smaller tent over here, so I'll use that over there. But then for this one, instead of using these doorways, I'm actually just going to use a normal archway that's 2 tiles wide, and then I think that'll give us a bit more options. I still want it to look kind of sleek. Maybe I'll go with this one. There isn't like the best swatch to match it, but we can make do. And then maybe I'll put a window on either side. And then for these ones, I'm gonna put curtains on the outside as well, and it's just gonna look so whimsical and like boho. And I just want to do a whole mix of like purple curtains or yellow, or not yellow, or white curtains on the outside. Like we have these purple ones, and then you can have it look kind of open like that. I think that's so cute. And I can even put them on the inside as well, just to make it more seamless, but something like that. But part of me wonders if the white would work better on these ones, so that it looks like it's actually a part of the tent, and then I do like purple accessories or decorations. They're not accessories, but I was thinking of taking the ivy from Enchanted by Nature. Ooh, or even Cottage Living would work really well because it has the purple wisteria. But the ones from Enchanted by Nature are first off just gorgeous and really droopy, but they also have like the little purple plants and whatnot, and they have like purples in different swatches. I mean, obviously there's the purple leaves, but again, I do still want it to feel more realistic. Like I don't want it to necessarily be a fantasy build, but I do really like this one. And this really feels like grapes and stuff to me, and if they're gonna be like nectar makers here as like their front, then I think that works. It's also giving me very much like a Greek mythology kind of feel, so I'm liking that a lot. And I'm also like making something on a mountain, so I don't know, I'm kind of thinking like a Greek mythology branch could be the route we go with. But yeah, I want to take like this really large one and put it over the door, and I just think this swatch works perfectly with like the fall trees that we have going in the background. So yeah, we'll do things like this, and then of course we're going to be adding some string lights. I'm just not sure which ones yet. Now that I have all the packs, I am not limited for string lights at all, so I honestly feel like I may have too many options. We could use like the branch ones here from Enchanted by Nature, but I want something that looks like more common. Maybe I'll just use the businesses and hobbies ones, but I kind of wanted something that had more like droopage, for lack of a better word. And I think I will use like these ones on the inside and switch them to purple. And your Sims can walk through this no problem, so there's no issues there. Oh, and I wanted to put these lanterns from For Rent outside. These have the most magical glow to them, and I love the stack of 3. Everything about this object is just perfect to me, so I definitely want to use this. I'll probably just use it in the white swatch. I'm not really seeing any purple, but like, tell me that doesn't look so magical and beautiful. You cannot. Something like that. I don't know if I like it up there, if I prefer it on the bottom here. Maybe I'll try it like that. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. I'm so excited to see how this build looks when it's finished. I was already really excited when I was doing the planning, but even just doing like between these 2 tents, I'm just so excited to see how this comes out. Okay, so magical. And then I am gonna put like rugs and stuff out front to make it feel extra magical and like boho. So like I'll probably use things like that, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna start by just putting all the windows and stuff, and then we can come back and add all the cute things together. Okay, so I went around and added windows and doors, and I also put the tents on these decks because it was pretty accurate to what I was seeing from like my references. So that's what I'm going with, but I do want to continue detailing together. I was thinking, I know maybe this isn't the most accurate to real tents, but I was thinking it would be really pretty if we added these roof crests from Life and Death, and I feel like it'd bring in a nice kind of like element to it, I guess, unless they're maybe a little too large. But if we put them in kind of like this rusty white, like I feel like that'd be creepy but also kind of fitting, like something like that. Or maybe I should only have those on like very important tents, like if I put it on this diagonal one, although doesn't appear that this diagonal one likes me very much. Okay, so scratch that. We could perhaps put like a spire or something up here. I'm not sure which one. I do think a Life and Death one. I might have to manually do this since it's giving me such a difficult time. But yeah, I feel like a spire or something at least would be good. Maybe these ones, if I'm feeling up to the task, will go on this main building over there. That's just really gonna get all the funky stuff. I wonder if we add in like a little chimney. Again, I know it's a tent. I know it doesn't make much sense, but it could be fun. What are my other options for spires? We have this one. Do we have any like purple roof details? Let's check. Okay, not really. We have plants, but I don't think I'm gonna put any of those on the roof. And it's extra hard because I have it on a curb anyways. We have the little dormers from fairies, but again, I don't think that suits. We have purple solar panels, which I cannot place, so we won't be doing any of that. This pack does come with a new flag option, like similar to the one from Get Together, which I use all the time, so I'm very excited to have another one. But I wonder if there's any purple. No, it would appear not. So we again won't use that. All my ideas are just going down the drain right now. Ooh, I kind of like this spire better. This one's from Strangerville. You could do 2 of those. What if I take these ones in the front and size them down 1? We can have a bit of variety. I don't know, maybe it's cool. I guess I will try it for now, though I do think it'd look better if we had the, like, these roof crests along with it. But I'll leave it for now, and we'll just continue detailing. For the backs, I'm not sure there's much else I'll add back here, because I am going to put a whole bunch of trees here, and I'm talking, like, maybe enough to crash a game, but I'm going to try not to crash your game. That's not the intention, but I do want it to feel like heavily forested, so we will perhaps try something like that. This trim here from Get Together is slightly purple, so honestly, what if I use this? Does it go along with this one? I just can't find its matching centerpiece. It does look kind of cool though. Like, what if we used that instead of those gold ones that I just put down and said I liked? This instead? I don't know, I feel like something like this is probably better for the middle of the tent. I mean, this could be okay if I just have it on the end pieces there. Maybe it's pretty. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to fuss with that off camera, but I want to finish this little outdoor area here. I think we could have some seating. Oh my gosh, this one has a little bow on it. I've had this pack for, I don't know, 7 years, 6 years. I don't know, maybe a year or 2 after it came out, and I've never noticed that it had a little bow swatch. That's adorable. Okay, let me filter by purple, and we'll look at the purple chairs. Ooh, this island living one is absolutely perfect. I'm gonna put maybe just one of those. Maybe we could put something else on this side. Maybe like a little footstool on this side. I also want there to be plants on the front of this. Ooh, maybe some of the plants that you actually take care of from Life and, or not Life and Death, from fairies could work. Do a potted one of these, the footstool, and definitely a bunch of candles on the ground. Oh yeah, I guess we could also kind of connect all of the, you know, foliage and stuff with these vines, also from Enchanted by Nature. This is a little more red, and it also has that kind of like design on the branch that is maybe more whimsical than I intended, but this one might not be too noticeable. Like we could probably get away with that one. And then maybe I'll use like this one up here. It's nice to have like a couple of different options for this. Maybe the dark one's nice and spooky. We have this tree light as well, which matches, but again, maybe that's more whimsical than I wanted. Could do this chandelier. I also have these new jellyfish lights, which are cute. I don't really see myself using them too much, but I'm wondering if I could get away with them in this build. Oh, I really like these lights from Love Struck for this build. Maybe I'll just put those inside for now. And then maybe let's use some of these flower press candles from Enchanted by Nature, and we'll pretend that that will not catch fire. I know you can't really size candles up or down because then the flame floats, but we're just gonna ignore that for today. Oh, this lantern would be cute. I don't want that one in purple though. I'll put it in gold for variety. I might even do a different rug, like a purple rug, just to add more contrast, I guess. Even just this light purple one would be pretty. I do want to layer a bunch of rugs, but I don't want to use all my rugs on one spot, so we'll start small and work our way up. The leaf one's actually kind of really cute from Enchanted by Nature. Oh, even that one. Oh my gosh, of course I'm going to have to use this rug from Realm of Magic. That's going to be perfect for something. I just don't know what yet, but it has like the moon phases, and I'm going for the whole like witchy moon cult sort of feel. So that'll be perfect. Lastly, for this tent, I feel like we could use like one thing up here. I don't know if it would be like a painting or anything. I also still have my purple filter toggled on, which I guess I'll keep for now. And then, ooh, what about some of these decorations from Seasons? Oh, or even the beaded curtains. Oh my gosh, I have so many options. After only like my most recent builds, I mean, aside from the community lot I did, have been like just base game and then just base game plus the new pack. So now having all of my packs back with me, I'm like a kid at a candy store and I can't decide what I want. Oh, this one's really cool for high school years, because I'm also thinking that we can have like stargazing as an activity, so like anything kind of celestial themed. And I'm also going to give a in-depth, well, more in-depth than what I showed in the last video, like an in-depth tutorial on how to make the custom venues and what you can make with the custom venues, because I think that'll be very helpful for those of you interested. And it'll be fun to kind of explore what things I could include for this kind of cult that I have going. But for up here, I feel like all of these banners are really cool. And like these tapestries and stuff, like I feel like there's definitely ways to use that. Maybe I could use the one tapestry up here. I just have so many options. How am I supposed to choose? Ooh, this star one's also really pretty. Okay, none of those ones are quite in the color scheme that I needed. What we could do is go into ceiling decorations and take some of these, again from Seasons, and maybe just kind of merge them up into the roof line of the tent. This middle one's going to be floating, but just pretend that it's not like that. Maybe if we don't want it to look like it's floating, we could add a corbler, which honestly might be a nice thing to add for all of these tents, just as, again, some extra detail. I feel like there's got to be a purple one, even though I just turned off my purple filter. But even if there isn't, just any kind of corbler I think would work. Could try that one there. If that's the case, I would, I think, need to move the tapestry. Might be nice to have a little bit of color variety, but then it feels kind of too playful and a little less eerie, I guess. I love this one from Cats and Dogs. Yeah, that comes in like the more off-white color that I have going. I'm gonna put that all the way around. Oh, I guess I should probably put them on the back too. Oh, something I'm also realizing is that we got these pillars from the new pack that are meant to be like, at least I think they're meant to be tent supports, like the poles that you use for an actual tent. These ones here, I would switch out the color. Honestly, I like it with a little bit of gold there. Oh, it's not going to work well on this one because I don't have a proper center. Do I have a center on any of these? Not really. But either way, it's meant to be like this, and then you kind of raise it up into the roof line. Or at least that's my impression of how you would use it. I could be wrong though. But something like that to actually make it look like the draping of the tent is being supported. But But I actually completely forgot about those until right now. So I don't know if I will use them because now it feels a little last minute. Maybe on this tent. This is just like the test rat tent. It's just getting everything that I don't put on the other ones. I mean, I could try it. It's just kind of gonna hinder a lot of the space that I have for this one. But I don't know. We'll see. All in all, I'm thinking this is looking really cute. I'm loving how it's coming out. And I'm just gonna put those other kind of banners over there. I think the white and purple is so whimsical, but it also reminds me of yellow jackets, so therefore it also feels creepy to me. I'm gonna look at some curtains for this one. There's no real good lighting for this side. I guess the morning one's okay, but messes up the colors too much, I think. For this one, maybe we could try the macrame curtains from high school years mixed with something on these sides. Ooh, do these ones from For Rent have any pretty purple swatches? This one purple or blue. I guess it could kind of go either way, but it looks more blue to me. This purple's a bit harsh. Oh yeah, we have the purple from Island Living as well. Something I feel I should mention that I'm just realizing now is I know this door is not like an accurate tent door, but I just wanted it to feel different from the other ones I have going on. So I left it, but if it bugs you that it doesn't look like an actual tent, then of course you can switch it out. I do really like these Island Living ones, but I don't know. Oh, maybe I just do this with the purple underneath. Dare I add a third curtain? Is that a bit much? Do these ones come in purple from the Realm of Magic pack? No. Could be helpful to just put on my purple swatch again, but apparently I like to make it hard for myself. Okay, I think I was going for more of a white anyways, so why don't I try more of the businesses and hobbies ones? I need the short version though. Okay, this could be way too many curtains, but I might have to wait a bit to see. Sometimes I just like build things and then I come back to it and I question why I did that, so this might be one of those instances, but only time shall tell. It'd be nicer if these were purple though. The only purple we have is like this ombre, which I'm not the most keen about. There's like a pink. Oh, what if we tried this one? It has the macrame and it has the sheer and it has purple. Again, it's the ombre, but I honestly don't think I mind it too much on this one. Which version am I meant to use? That one's really tall, maybe too tall. But this one feels too short. Oh, I gotta pick one, so I guess we'll go with the short version. Okay, we can try it like that. It's not my favorite, to be honest. Oh, the dark red ones would be so pretty, but it's not really in the color scheme I was going for originally. Oh, I could do a half curtain. This one's purple from Parenthood. Or there's these sheer ones from Parenthood. Ooh, honestly, that's kind of a nice combo. I like it when it has like the sheer purple behind the thick white curtain. I think that's quite nice. Would it be better suited on the inside? I feel like if I put it there, I need to use the tool mod to put it slightly behind. Well, I want it slightly behind, but it won't really let me. Maybe if I made it a little bit smaller, that appears to not help me either. Okay, what if I made these curtains slightly bigger or brought them out? Okay, and now I will elevate these and hopefully that'll be okay. Okay, it's a little bit better. I do kind of want them more on the outsides now. I feel like I'm getting very picky, so I should probably take a pause. But I'm having fun, so I don't really want to. I don't even know what I just did there. Okay, this will be our curtain situation for over here. For the time being, at least, until I decide I actually don't like it, which will probably be very soon. But I will put out some other plants. I won't like the big plants that I don't usually get to use on the inside. This fern from For Rent is so pretty. I love the vase that it comes in. It's so gorgeous. So I'm gonna add this. Maybe use it in this swatch. We can try it. Hopefully the clipping isn't too bad on the inside, but we'll find out. Also don't know what to do about those just yet. And I'll also find some kind of seating for out here. Again, I think purple's probably best. Ooh, I feel like this one kind of matches. This is from Enchanted by Nature. I feel like we're going to be using that pack a lot in this build, which is nice because I haven't really used it since I've done the like showcase of it when it first came out, because I don't do many whimsical builds. Like, it's a lot of realistic family homes over here, so it's nice to incorporate some more of that stuff into my builds. The second chair. What about the couches? I definitely want to use this couch somewhere. I'm not sure where just yet, but it's too cute not to use in this build. I also need to be not careful, but like mindful that sometimes these filters are not the most accurate, so there may be purple swatches elsewhere. So I want to make sure I can keep my eyes peeled. Oh, is this like a light lilac, or is that like a blue? I think I could go either way, but it is a little modern. Okay, I'll try just the chair for now, and I will put it on this side. And then maybe another plant and some candles over here would be good. Bring back that lantern. Oh, this standing one's really pretty. Ooh, what about these little flower ones? Also don't know if I love this plant. Oh, we can use this really big one from Businesses and Hobbies. I'm never able to fit this inside a build, so maybe I should use it outside while I can. Okay, like that. And then just more candles. I think maybe the best way to look for candles would be to go into off-the-grid lighting. Oh yeah, we have all of these individual ones from Eco Lifestyle, because you get the candle making ability with that pack. Oh, we got this really pretty like wicker basket that has a candle in it. I definitely want to use that. That's so cute. Okay, we'll use that one there. And on this side, what about a paper lantern? I don't really like the swatches, so maybe not. I definitely want to use these candles somewhere, but I feel like that's maybe better for up there. We could put this little lantern. I don't know if I want to put these hanging ones on all of the builds here, or all of the tents, because I don't want it to get too repetitive. Maybe on this one we could try this cluster of 3 from the Desert Luxe kit. Again, it's gonna look like one's hanging, but I don't really want it to clip through the roof line. I guess we might have to though. I'm not reaching a good medium here. If they're all white, it's not too bad because you can't notice it too much, but I think that's pretty. And of course a rug. I think for this one, maybe let's use one of the kind of woven ones. These ones here. This one's from Laundry Day, but we also have some from Cats and Dogs, but those ones are a bit more colorful. Is this purple or is this red? I feel like that's going to be half the battle in this build. What if I... Oh wait, this one comes in purple, so I'll just use this one. I was going to say what if I layered them, but I think that'll do just fine. Okay, all of these like entrances are so cute. Maybe for this one, instead of those hanging lights, we could put... should I use these beaded curtains? What if I use those instead of these sheer ones that I had? I'm really hoping your Sims can walk through these ones, because I actually haven't tested that, and if they can't, this build is going to be ruined. Okay. So adorable. I love how whimsical it looks with all like the mix of textures that we have happening. Even though it's like a simple color palette, I think it's looking very cute. I don't know if I should put something else up there. It's just kind of everything's sort of clipping with my core blur that I have. Oh, I guess why not do some string lights? I haven't put any string lights on either of these actually. Okay, so that's kind of a crime. Let me add... I honestly might use some debug ones from Businesses and Hobbies, or perhaps their live edit. I know this maybe comes in other packs as well, but I know for sure it's in Businesses and Hobbies, so yeah, these ones here. If I size them down and then raise them up, I think it'll be perfect. And then we'll just tuck them in like that. Should I make them one smaller so they can be higher? And then that kind of takes up the empty space that I was talking about. Yeah, I think that's probably better. And if we switch to night, I did decide to turn these ones into purple lights, which I think makes it look very magical. So maybe I'll do that for these ones as well. I'm kind of selecting like this custom lighting, but yeah, I think that adds such a cool glow. Okay, I love how these are coming out, so let's do this one next. Okay, so for this one, in terms of purple curtains, I mean, we could use these new ones. I just feel like these are probably better suited for the inside, but they are the exact color scheme that I need, and I'm obsessed with them. But like I just said, I think better for the inside. I want to find something that's maybe sheer that I could use like I've used for the other ones, but I'm not sure what the chances of that will be. Oh, maybe like a little bit of this one peeking through some white curtains could be really pretty. Oh, that one might work as well. Is there like a simple white swatch for this one? Is this purple? I think it is. Ooh, wait, that could be really gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna try that. And I'm still unsure on how I feel about these pillars here. I feel like I'd maybe prefer this better if it didn't have that big overhang, or the pillars. I think those pillars are great if I was doing a more realistic one, like campsite that is, but for this, I think it might be better without. I really like this egg chair from high school years for this, so we will add that. Ooh, this chair comes in a really pretty purple, but is it too modern? Maybe slightly. They're sort of the right feel. Ooh, I do really like this one from Paranormal. I am gonna set one of the activities as do seances, I think, because if I'm going for that sort of witch feel, I feel like it's quite appropriate, but that chair just made me think of that, so that's kind of the plan. What if I put out, this is a new item from the pack as well, and I could maybe put it out here. It's a really cute item. I mentioned in my last video that I kind of hoped they were individual objects, like at least this little book basket here, because I would use that absolutely everywhere if it was standalone. But I think if you use the tool mod, for those of you who are able to have mods or play with mods, like you could just lower it into the ground and have it look like a standalone object, and then you could find something else to like cover up that lantern. So there's ways around it, but it would have been a lot simpler if it was just a normal, like freestanding object. But I will put that, I'll put it over here, or maybe I'll save it for the inside because I know I will be using it a lot. And then a purple rug for outside here. Does Life and Death have any pretty purple rugs? That one's really pretty. But again, maybe better for the inside just because I think I need higher contrast on the outside right now. Oh, what if we try this one that I was mentioning from, what is this from? Seasons. This is like such an odd rug, but weirdly it's like one of my favorites. I don't know why. I just think I really like the organic shape, and I like the variety of color on each swatch, if that makes sense. Maybe I will try this one, but it may end up being slightly too dark for what I'm going for. We shall have to see. But I do definitely need plants out here. Oh, maybe this collection from Werewolves. Oh, it's even got like a purple bucket. That's perfect. And oh, we could use a hanging plant. This one's from Paranormal, but there also is ones from Base Game that are actually meant to be like outdoor ones. I just have to go and find it. And there's one that comes with wisteria, so it actually would be perfect. This is the wisteria I was talking about, and then I also just quickly added those string lights. And lastly, let's put some candles out here. Maybe add these ones because I know they have some purple candlesticks. Oh, even this moonlight would work really perfectly, but I think maybe I could use that sized up over here, and that could be something cool. But again, we'll save that for a little bit later. And I'll also put these candles. Unless, did I use those over here? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. And maybe just one other plant for this corner, or even some kind of like overhanging standing lamp, but we kind of have a lot of light stuff going on already, so I will just put a plant. Also realizing I didn't really use any of the ivy, so perhaps I'll bring in some of that, though there's already a decent chunk of stuff happening in terms of plants. What if I just did like this small one here, or this one? I'll use it in its like default swatch. Okay, very cute, very pretty. I'm running out of synonyms and descriptive words for this, but I think it's looking so magical, and I love how all of them are like cohesive but also unique in their own right. So that's making me very happy. And now I'm not sure which building we'll move on, but the next clip will answer that question. So you may notice there's a lot more foliage than there was in that last clip. I added in all of the trees. I was not kidding when I said I would put enough to probably crash a game. And this is what we have. Unfortunately, with the version of Build and Buy that I have right now, the live edit and debug isn't sorted for the new pack just yet, so I didn't use any of that debug landscaping, but a lot of the trees in the surrounding world match base game ones that we have, with the exception of maybe this kind of like palm tree here. So I didn't add any of those, but it's mainly werewolves, cottage living, and then these pine trees here are snowy escape. And so that's kind of the foliage. Oh yeah, and then I added these kind of purple trees over here from Lovestruck to add a bit more magic to it, I guess. And yeah, so this should give you like a better sense of how the final is going to turn out. But before I finish landscaping and whatnot, I do want to come over and work on this house here, which, like I mentioned, is going to be for the leader of this cult, if you will. So that's the plan for this. I think, oh, there's this really pretty light purple wall. This is the entrance I have going. I found this banner from Life and Death that I was using. There's this version, but there's also, well, first off, this one, if I wanted more moons, or there's this purple one, but I felt like this one felt a little more cult focused, so I thought that would be good. And I'm kind of wondering if I want to use this light purple fence to kind of fence in the area, but I don't know if it's too much. Not a matching gate for this. I could have swore there was. Was it this one? I don't really see the purple though. Oh, maybe it's this one actually. This is a really pretty gate. Oh, this swatch is so gorgeous. Oh, and this one. I love the ones with texture. Okay, I guess we won't use any of that for now though. That does kind of make me want to do some kind of for rent focus build. Okay, but anyways, for this section here, I was saying we could add this glass wallpaper, which could be really pretty. This is the one from Enchanted by Nature, but I could of course use some of the base game ones as well. But I really liked the pattern of this, and B, the color, because I can get it in purple, so I thought that'd be pretty fitting. I do need to find like a big door though, or just like an archway or something. I almost wonder about using an Enchanted by Nature archway. Should I just have the glass go all the way up to the top? That could be really pretty, but it could also be too much. It's supposed to be a tent, but I think it kind of looks weird now if I don't do it all the way to the top. What if, it might be like way too much, but what if I use those ones? It's kind of really pretty. If that's the case, maybe we don't need this full door. Okay, let me use that one where it looks like, yeah, like the whole space is empty, so it doesn't mess with the shape that the curtain creates. I think that looks pretty fancy for like the leader's area. Could I put this behind it? That, well, I guess I didn't put any of the corbelers over here, so I could add that. Oh, and I need the vine. Maybe I will put the vines here and then raise up that sort of like star thing. Okay, maybe if I put the star there and then I almost have this how I want it, I think. Something like that. Or the other option, since I'm in that indecisive mood, would be to put just like a smaller ivy above instead of the big ivy below. So like this one or something. Maybe that's not so bad. I kind of like this one clipping with the curtains. I feel like it gives a nice kind of overgrown feel. I'm also thinking that I may put in those beaded curtains. I know it's really starting to feel like the important sort of tent. I'm gonna put in these string lights. I don't even think I need to size them down, just raise them up a little bit. There's definitely a lot happening, but hopefully in a cute way right now and not in an overwhelming way. I'm gonna take these same lanterns and maybe I'll put them kind of in this corner here, and honestly on the other side as well. Okay, something like that. Again, there's not really a purple swatch for me to use, so I think I shall just stick with this white version. I'm gonna try to get it to the same height as the other ones though. Okay, There's definitely a lot happening with this, but I do think it is cute. The last thing I want to check is maybe using the Get Famous curtain instead of this one that I'm using. It's very, I mean, the purple's really nice. It's a little bit tacky, but I honestly think the vines cover up the tackiest part of it. Like, I feel like that looks really cool. Again, very crazy, lots happening, but possibly in a very cute way. I'll need far more candles out here and definitely more plants on the ground, so I could take a look at that now. I'd like a really big plant, I believe. Unless I need something like lower to the ground to not overwhelm the curtains. Let me see. I was kind of thinking something like this. Again, just some of those things that I never get to use on the outside, or on the inside of a build, sorry. Just gonna bring in some other ivy variations to this, because I do not know when to stop, apparently. Ooh, what about this paranormal one sized up? I like the glass of that. Could I maybe do the same thing with the smaller version of that one? And then maybe it'll look like some kind of set or something. I actually think that's really nice, so I'm gonna try it. And then maybe along here, oh, you know what? Along there, we could put the debug plants. There's these ones from base game. Yeah, these debug flower boxes. And there's many a version, by many I mean two, that has like purple plants in it. So we could do this one with the lavender or this lower sitting one. The only thing is I don't know if I love the planter they're in, and I'm not too sure if that's something I could fix or not. Unless I kind of like build my own, but I'm gonna try this one with the lavender in it. These would be our other options. And I kind of like this better just for planter box. I know it's not like purple, but I think that's okay because I think this planter box looks a lot better. It just looks a bit more intentional than the other one. So also put out some of the candles here. I hope these candles won't block your Sim's path. So maybe I'll try to tweak the placement here and there. I also want some of the candles that are the individual candlesticks. These ones from Life and Death. Or not Life and Death, sorry, Love Struck. I think I'll just use the one with the gold stand. And maybe lastly, put these ones. These ones are from Love Struck. And this might be overkill, but in this woven basket one. Okay, we'll try something like that, but once again, I'll probably come back to this and realize I went way crazy and then tone it down. But for now, we will leave it like that. And I do want to put out a rug. I feel like the leaf ones out here would be quite fitting. I don't know why, it just seems like they would have these. Maybe I could use those more as like stepping stones or something though, up there. And then on here, oh, we have like these sort of patterns from Get Famous that are meant to be like rug pieces, but I mean, it looks kind of cool on the outside there. There's other parts to it. I'm just not sure where to find those. Ooh, or there's this rug, which are like these corner pieces that you can put together. What if I tried the moon phase rug over here? It's kind of a tight fit, but maybe it's okay. Just don't know if maybe I should use it elsewhere. I'll put it there, but then if I decide that it should go somewhere else, then I'll switch it out. But I think that's a cute entranceway for here. I should probably switch the lights to like that purple color I've been doing. Okay, and then if we switch to nighttime, wow, that looks so pretty. I low-key might want to do gameplay with this. We'll have to see. I always say that with some of my builds, but I don't know. I think it could be kind of fun. So the last two outsides that we have to do will be these kind of community areas, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so there's been a couple changes since that last clip. For starters, I decorated the outside of this tent here, which is going to be like the dining hall area. I think it came out so cute, and I used a different version of the banner that we used on the entranceway. Then I also added all of the rocks and stuff up here to this kind of, I'm calling it like the ritual area. So we have the hot springs from Snowy Escape and then just a normal pool. And yeah, I put in all of like the landscaping for that. And then we're still going to decorate this, so don't worry. But then we also have the farm area and a little chicken coop area on a hill, which I think is probably for, shall we say, ceremonial purposes. And I discovered that there is in fact a moon nectar. It's the moon petal nectar, which you have if you have werewolves. And so I was thinking that could be one of the main things that they harvest here for their, you know, nectar making business. And then we also have this kind of mysterious well back here from Life and Death. And I added these new butterfly and moth habitats from the new pack. And I was thinking that maybe butterfly / moth preservation is like a big thing here. Because I also put around these butterfly stickers because that's like a whole new activity that you can do with this pack, and you can find like butterflies out in the world and stuff. And I thought that would be a really magical thing, especially if we're doing like moths and stuff, because since I am going for that kind of like moon witchy sort of cult feel, I felt like moths is pretty appropriate since they come out at night and all of that. So that's what we're gonna go with. And for that reason, I found this banner in Get Together that I wanted to try because there is a purple butterfly swatch. I'm not sure if it looks maybe too tacky, but maybe it could work. Oh, this plant one's really cute actually. It's just, if the blue was white, then maybe, but I feel less drawn to this than I could, I guess. It's cute in theory, but I actually think the blue is messing me up too much. So I won't use that, but I do think it's a cute idea. And I mean, either way, we're going to have that kind of butterfly preservation thing going. So I think it'll still be cute. But I'm going to just kind of copy some of the, I guess, tricks that I use on the other tents. And then everything will feel cohesive. But I do want this to kind of read more as a community tent. So I do want some slight differences. I mean, the door itself is already a difference, but I feel like there's more we could add. I guess I didn't use a curtain over here. So maybe not using curtains over here would be helpful. And maybe I'll use the same kind of planter boxes, because I feel like that gives it a bit more of a, I guess, commercial isn't the word, communal perhaps, tent feel. If I put these alongside, or are they kind of ugly, or is there just too much plants going on? I may have gone a little bit overboard. Also, I'm sad to say, but this could very well crash your game. I mean, it may not, but I tried, you know, I was trying to do the landscaping. I have done this landscaping so many times and things just keep going wrong. But I did basically the whole landscaping and my game crashed. And so I had to redo it. And if my game is crashing, there's a chance yours might. I don't know though, because my computer's just been really buggy recently. So it could just be that. But I don't know, keep that in mind. Like, save your game before you place this on your lot is my advice. Okay, I was trying to match these two up. I think that's the best we're gonna get. We do have some kind of star banner from, I think it's the holiday pack, but it is blue and white if I'm remembering correctly, which is not the color scheme for today, so maybe I won't use it. But I feel like we just need like one other hanging item. This is the banner I was talking about. I do think it's really cute though. Maybe it doesn't matter that it's not purple. It's so adorable and really fitting. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna add it in. I will raise it up though so that it's kind of sitting in the roof line. I think that's about good, almost maybe. Okay, yeah, that's actually really cute. And I did put string lights on this one, so I will follow suit for the other one. I'll keep those ones kind of lower so they don't clash as much with the stuff up here. We're gonna come up here and work on the outdoor feast area, so I'm gonna try and find a table for that. We could do something really intricate like this Get Famous one and put them together, or I was even thinking we use the one from the new pack because there is kind of a purpley wood swatch to it, and they connect really seamlessly. If you all place them, like, it looks like the table's kind of meant to be that long. At least I think they connect pretty seamlessly. So there's a good chance we'll use that. Also, trust the process with like this flooring situation here. I'm going to make it look good, I swear, but I'm having a little bit of issues with it and it's going to require some landscaping, but I don't want to get to that just yet. Oh, you know what? Something with the tablecloth is really speaking to me. So we could try that if there's a swatch that I like. Honestly, the plain white could work really well. I do really like the tablecloth. Okay, it's between these two. I'm really having quite the hard time, but maybe we could use this one like inside the dining hall or something. I want to use it somewhere because I like that table with the wood texture and the color for this build. But I feel like the tablecloth is matching the kind of original idea I had for this. So we will go with that. But something I did want to mention, if anyone's still listening or awake right now, the rewards event that is on right now, I highly recommend you all do it. It's like a completely free thing. All you have to do is a couple of in-game tasks and whatnot, but this might be one of the best ones that we've gotten because the items that you get with it are so cute. For starters, you get this like magnet board, and then your Sims can collect magnets throughout the event, but then eventually you'll just have them all and can attach them to the board. It's essentially like the cork board that we have in game, like the base game one where you can add all those postcards. But I think it's just going to be such a cute decoration item, and like using that in a dorm room or something, or like a kid's room will be so cute. And then we also are getting another freestanding pillow, but this one has like a pattern on it, I guess. So if you don't have the Modern Luxe kit, then this is another great free option, because I don't have Modern Luxe, so the only one I have is like that standard in-game base game one. So I'm very excited about this. And what I think is probably most exciting is the fact that there's a standing picture frame that you can put pictures of your own Sims in, if that makes sense. And I'm always happy to have more like little tabletop photos instead of just like wall ones, because I feel like we are significantly lacking in that area. So that's very exciting. So if you haven't looked at it or checked it out, I highly recommend. I haven't played through it yet. I usually play through it like on the last day before it goes, but I definitely recommend checking it out because I think there's a lot of great objects in there, and it's literally free stuff for the Sims, so why not? I think there used to be the option where you could download those from the gallery, like if you missed the event or whatnot, but something is telling me that they got rid of that. I could have that wrong, but it feels like that's not a thing anymore. But if any of you guys know, maybe you could correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. For now, I'm just adding a couple of candles, and by a couple, I mean a lot, but I think it'll definitely add to the whimsy here. I guess I should maybe put like some food item, or even just, oh, you know what I could add actually is we could put the plant that's like a table runner from Seasons. There's these flower ones, these like garland leaf ones. I think the leaf ones will be our best option here. This one's like a holiday kind of garland, so I don't think I'll use that, but actually that's really pretty. And I like it with the little like white berries or flower buds. I don't even know what that is, but I do think that'd be super cute to add. So let me do that just all along the center of the table. I think I'm gonna have to alt plate for the center of the table, but we can make do for now. Okay, I think that's looking so good. This is coming out exactly how I wanted it to, so I'm feeling pretty happy about that. I'd love if there was like a chalice or something that we could add along the table. I'm not sure I'm gonna find that, so instead perhaps I'll use these bottles from Life and Death. There's a couple of different ones. Where's the other ones? Yeah, there's these ones. Maybe I'll just keep those more in the center of the table. I guess I could put some of the nectar ones, like maybe the nectar that they make. Realistically, I think this would be the only thing that they drink here. I feel like they wouldn't have those, but just for decor purposes, we will stick with them. And then I just feel like I need one more like kind of grand thing in the center. Should I put a massive crystal ball? Kind of thinking yes, but I did also want to have seance tables elsewhere, so I don't know if I put it here if it's gonna confuse your Sims and then they're gonna come up here and try to start seances. Oh, that's maybe not what I want. I like this little apothecary kit, though. You know what, having a crystal ball like up in this area might not be a bad idea. I feel like it would suit the kind of like idea that I have in my head. Oh, we can use these debug bowls. These are meant to be like the apothecary bowls, I think, from Enchanted by Nature, but I like them because they look like little like snack dishes basically. So I feel like that's a good thing to have just around. And if you look closely, like I'm pretty sure this one is bones, so kind of creepy but very applicable, I would say. So I'm gonna put a couple of those, maybe lemons, or what if we use that fruit dish from Lovestruck, this one here. I feel like that could be a good centerpiece. So I don't know if I love the color options, but this one's probably all right. Rotate this a little bit so I have more space to place that. Okay, I know there's more than just those 2 dishes from Enchanted by Nature, so I do need to find the other ones. Should I put a little jar ghosty? That's such a cute item. Oh yeah, we have some acorns here. And then there's also, yeah, these colorful petals. Hopefully your Sims still have places to eat here. Though this could actually be very annoying if you just want your Sims to have like a quick meal and they, you know, cook, and then there's tables right here, but then instead they go all the way over here to eat. So I do apologize in advance if that ruins the gameplay a little bit. But worst case, you could just delete the chairs or like put a bush underneath it or something so it's not functional. I do want to layer a bunch of rugs under here though. Ooh, or do I just do a runner? That would be pretty cool under the table. But I think a layered rug look would maybe be better, especially with how busy the stone is. I'm thinking we could like layer a couple of the leaf rugs. I'm not sure if they're a little too cartoony for what I was going for though. I feel like there's got to be somewhere I can use those because they're such a perfect purple for this. Ooh, that would be a really pretty rug to have underneath, but I still want it to be layered with other things, so I can put in a couple of those. Also try to rotate this one, I think. You know, I'm gonna use the tool mod to scale it because I want it a bit more precise, like that. And then we'll have this one. Is there a good purple swatch in here? Not really. Oh, this one's really pretty. This is just a base game one, but it does fit really well. Just maybe not the best shape though. Oh, I feel like one of these from Enchanted by Nature would be so good. Ooh, the dragon. I really like this deer one, but it's not quite the color scheme. So maybe I will use the dragon. I don't know if I want you to be able to see the dragon. Also, okay, you know what? Too dark for this little setup here. Have I used the paranormal rug? Surprisingly, I have not. I'm gonna use this over here. You know what? Let's put this one in the middle. Then we'll layer the lighter ones on the outside here. Ooh, and then maybe we can throw in a couple of the leaf ones to balance it all out. Okay, wow, that is so cute and very whimsical. Then I'm just gonna put these string lights around as well. These are from, oops, these are from City Living. I wonder if I should make it like a full square or something, or more of a rectangle, I guess. I guess I could. Okay, if I do it like this, do I have the spacing right on that? And then this one will go over in this corner. Okay, cute. I feel like lastly we should put a couple of candles around the outskirts, like maybe some of these ones from Life and Death. Also maybe the candlesticks. I guess the candlesticks could also go on the table here in a couple spots. Add a little bit of an extra color and just more height. Ooh, we should use the candles from Paranormal as well because they're all like melty, and I'm pretty sure they give off a blue glow as well, which I think is cool. If I switch this to nighttime, wow! Oh my gosh, that's so magical. Look at this, all the glowy lights. Are you kidding? And with the stars above too. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I really like the moon lamp in the background as well. I know it's a little bit more magical than I was anticipating with like the floating star, so I may switch it out for the growing together one, but for now this is at least super gorgeous, even in the evening light. Okay, love. Do I need more string lights, or can I like cap it here? I think I'll quit while I'm ahead. Let's start in this smaller tent here first. I'm also thinking that these tents are going to have to be shared accommodations. Like, I don't think anyone's going to have their own individual tent except for the leader. So I think in here people are going to share rooms because I think it's a very like community focused cult, if you will. But I want to try to find some sort of purple bedding. Oh, you know what would be absolutely perfect actually would be the one from Snowy Escape. It comes in, I believe, the most perfect purple swatch. Yeah, that's really pretty, but I think I want something that feels maybe more camp-like, or not necessarily rustic, but I don't know, like the color swatch is perfect, but I don't know about the actual bed itself. These ones don't quite have the right vibe that I'm going for. Oh, also the lighting in here is quite harsh, I know. I'll probably have it be something a lot warmer, but I don't even want to use the overhead light in the end. I want it to just be like candlelight in here. I don't know how safe it is to have like a bunch of candles going in a tent, but you know what? I'm not going to concern myself with that. We can try... Like, I feel like these things are too fancy, so we can't try that one actually. Where's the other one from this pack? Feel as though I'm glossing right over it. Okay, right here. This is the log one. I thought because this kind of furniture set comes with the purple swatch that the bed would as well, but I appear to be mistaken. I guess there's this purple. It's just not quite what I was envisioning. If I really wanted to go like camp-like with it, I could use these beds. Actually, you know what? This one could be really perfect. It's definitely slightly blue, but this is the Strangerville like military cot, I guess. And we could use that as the bedding. It has like definitely a cold and maybe slightly sinister feel to it. So honestly, I'm not too opposed to that. The bathrooms are going to be right outside, so we won't need anything there, but I was kind of debating adding like a kitchen and stuff. Oh, and also I feel I should mention the flooring I'm using is the tatami mats from Snowy Escape. They have like this purple trim to it, so I thought it'd be nice. I thought they looked like something that could have been added to the floor of the tent. Like I don't think a wood would have made sense or anything like that. So yeah, that's what I opted for the flooring. And then I used the same exterior wallpaper on the inside because I thought that would be most accurate. I'm also having like weird lighting problems, but it's The Sims 4, what's new? In between here though, I could give them like a table, or they can each have their own side table. Ooh, I could even put like luggage. If they have a suitcase over there, maybe this side can have a suitcase, or several actually. And this can be their luggage. Do any of these have purple? Oh, there's this one. Maybe a touch harsh, but we could use that. Or there's also this one, which looks like kind of a personal sort of storage trunk. Ooh, I like it in this rustic swatch. Or like the white swatch. Should I give them matching ones? Is that kind of what makes sense for this? I feel like the outside looks so like whimsical and like free and whatnot. So maybe it'd be fun to have the contrast of like everything so kind of stark on the inside. I also feel like this chest from Paranormal has to go somewhere. This looks like it would contain some sort of otherworldly secret. So we're gonna add that. Ooh, these side tables as well are cool, but let's stick with this just to kind of balance out the stark with kind of a rustic look as well. I think layering rugs could work as well, because I do still want it to feel like boho, but also kind of freaky. Oh, this actually pairs magically with this one from... Is this one from Life and Death? Yeah, I think it is. But this kind of woven one is from Adventure Awaits. Just have to figure out a way to layer these in a good way. Okay, they'll have like that white one there. And then I guess something that can help, curtains first off, and also plants. We will add those. Now I could use the actual rolls, which is half the reason I was so excited to build custom tents, but I feel like it'd be more applicable to like a realistic sort of setup. But maybe I can have the rolls and these curtains, and, you know, just get the best of both worlds. A little bit of a hand. Okay, if I am gonna have these ones, I think something's gotta change. Maybe they each have their own personal window here, or do they go like that and then we have some kind of curtain cascading around it? Perhaps that's the better option. Well, maybe above it we put the Island Living one that I keep saying I'm gonna use and then I don't. I think it's just because the black feels so stark compared to the fully white tent. Okay, I'm gonna size down those rolls and then maybe we can size up these curtains and then we'll get somewhere, hopefully. I don't know why the lighting is being so glitchy though. Oh, I could even try these ones. These are the ones from Growing Together. They do come in the purple, so maybe I'll try that. Oh, and string lights. I think I'm just gonna keep using these debug ones, though I guess they don't fit inside that tent the best, so maybe not. What other options do I have? I mean, I know I have normal string lights that I could probably use and they would be just fine. Like these ones from Businesses and Hobbies, but they're almost too faint. Like they don't have enough of a presence. Oh, what if I put the stars in the middle? That's kind of cute. And maybe in combination with that, I'll use the holiday ones. I can try a couple variations of these. I don't know. I'll think on it for sure. And then let's put candles here and also on this side, I feel. And then if I deleted this, is there enough light? Well, it's definitely got a cool glow going, but it will in fact need more light. Maybe I can put a standing lamp over here. Ooh, I should use this one from Vampires. When I was talking about a draping lamp earlier, this is the one I was referring to. And it comes in that purple, so I think that's quite good. Since this is a dresser... Oh wait, no, sorry, that's a side table, so we do kind of need a dresser. Though, do we even? Because I'm thinking they all wear the same thing. Because one of the cool features about the custom venue is that you can, in fact, select the outfits for the people who are coming to the venue. So you can, in fact, really lean into that cult vibe. So do they need dressers? I'm not so sure. I feel like their trunks would be fine. Like they don't really need anything to change into. I could put one somewhere, but I don't think I'll add them in every section. That also makes me wonder if I want to add a mini fridge or not. Because originally I was thinking I would, because it'd just be kind of fun and convenient. But maybe they just really like to promote that communal feel. And so they don't want you like hiding in your tent, I guess. So maybe I won't add that, just to commit to the storyline a little bit. I will, however, put in more plants because this is just looking sad. And I do think I need more lights in the end. Okay, let me like scale these kind of perfectly, hopefully, and then we can use them on the inside. Okay, yeah, I do think that'll help a lot with the lighting, so we will keep this, or it was, and I feel as though now it is not. Oh my gosh, so glitchy. Okay, we'll leave it there and hope that's good. Let me put the rolls on the inside actually as well, so that you could kind of have privacy if you needed. Okay, I was gonna put in a plant and then I just got so sidetracked. I can fit one on top of the suitcase. We could use the new one. I also am gonna try sizing the new one up. I saw Sid Mac do this and it looked good sized up because, I mean, there is not many plant options with this pack. And by not many, I mean there's one. This is literally the only plant that comes with the pack, which is very sad for me because I love a plant. But I do understand that there's a lot of other items. But I feel like we could have, like, at least two. I would have been happy with two. But at least the one's cute. If we got one ugly plant, I'd be crying probably. Do something like that. And then one, like, tall one back here. Like this one from For Rent will be good. Yeah, I think the consensus was there was no purple swatch for this. Do I need something in the middle here though? Because maybe I could put a dresser here. Oh, a mirror would be helpful somewhere. I kind of want to try the Realm of Magic one. I don't know if it looks too kind of whimsical though. Maybe let's try a horse ranch instead. Are they going to have any decorations on the wall? I mean, like I said, I don't think they're encouraged to spend a lot of time in their tent. So it might make sense not to. Oh, I just had a very cool idea. At least I think it's cool. What if we put some wall items like these from Parenthood, which are actually sticky notes, and we could just kind of hide them in certain corners. Like maybe there's one person here who's trying to warn others that this is in fact a cult and that they need to get out. And so they've just kind of like left these around for people to find. Or maybe there's like 2 Sims on this lot who are trying to leave notes to each other about what they think's happening. But since everyone's always listening, they have to leave the notes. So maybe that's what these could be. I think that's a fun idea. But I mean, obviously you can see them pretty well right now. But I'm going to pretend that they're like a bit more hidden from maybe the person that's in this room with them. I feel like the 2 that are maybe trying to get out are not in the same tent, hence the exchanging of notes and whatnot. I feel like I should find something with more of that moon imagery like this, and then we could just dot it around. Should this just be like the symbol or something? Because I could honestly just put this kind of everywhere. I might have to do that. That could be cool to add some branding to this. What if I put it here and delete that window? I guess I could also put it maybe on like this one. I'll put it where there's spaces, and maybe even, oh, maybe I'll put it on the mailbox, like right here or something. Okay, we can do something like that. And then we're gonna put one in every corner. Maybe this can, like, they have to have it on the inside of their tent as some sort of like blessing or something. It's not gonna work the best for all of them, but I think as long as there's like one in every tent will be good. But I can do that afterwards on my own time, because again, I think that's gonna be a tedious thing to watch. Oh, I bet there's some sort of tarot card art that would work perfect. That one's pretty good, though I feel like these are something that would be in the leaders. Oh, this one and like this werewolf one. I feel like this trio's really good. Maybe the leader believes they're like the reincarnate of whoever's in this picture here, and that's kind of how they get selected. Now I'm just like really getting into the lore, but that's always so fun. Oh my gosh, or this one. Wait, how's a girl supposed to choose? Stop. This one definitely has more purple, whereas this one's like a bit more blue and yellow, but this one has more moons and this one has stars. So now between the 3 of them, I really don't know. I'm gonna put them in the other tent and come back to it. Yeah, I don't think I'll add anything on the walls here because, no, I feel like it's gonna make it feel too homey. I will size down these posters as though, again, they're more like notes or something. I guess I could add some scrapes to the tent wall just to like add some sort of texture. I don't even know. Okay, I can't think of anything else that I should add, so I will go with the desk idea. Again, I feel like it might be going against the kind of ideology that I've set of like, they're not supposed to be in their tents unless it's like sleep time, but I don't know. I can't think of anything else to put in here, so we're just gonna roll with it. Once I find a purple chair, that is. It's pink. This one could maybe pass as like a moon on the back, even though it's just a circle, but why don't I try one of the new chairs? Or even the foldy one, maybe? Or this leather one? No, I'll stick with this one. I will add one candlestick, at least, and a plant. Maybe I'll use one of the small ones from Enchanted by Nature. And I could add books on here, too. I'm gonna put this no shoe sign in here, because I feel like it fits. And maybe towel rack could be nice and handy, so I'll put this one from the sleek bathroom kit. Put that there. Yeah, for the desk, I don't really think there's anything I want to add. Like, I don't think they would be allowed computers here, so maybe just some books. I mean, I want these ones, but like on the top area there, but then I don't think your Sims can actually use them. Maybe we could have like these ones from Enchanted by Nature that are about like natural living and apothecary. I feel like these are the types that would be allowed, because I feel like the books would be screened and stuff. Ooh, even like something like this. This is meant for like spellcasters, but I feel like that's really cool. Or if we save that one for the main one, we could do something with a moon on the front. Like this one looks cool. And if there's too many, you can just delete a couple of them. But yeah, I feel like this one should be in the leaders area. But that's kind of the sample of our first tent. So let me get to furnishing the others, which I believe I will take you along for, but we'll see if I like speed it up or something. Okay, this one's a pretty large space, so I'm wondering if I should go with double beds or something, or if I just stick to the single beds but do more maybe. I also think to really lean into the kind of feel that I'm going for, I'll use the same bed in every room. This one could honestly probably sleep 4. If it was double beds, oh, this version, the swatch is quite perfect. Maybe this would be better for the leader, though I feel like they'd have something very fancy, and that is not fancy. Yeah, I think I'll just do the single beds. That probably makes the most sense. I am unsure about the layout though. Should they go alongside like this? They can't in that manner because then it'll block the door. So, okay, we can do this. I am gonna adjust the lighting yet again, so do not fear about that. Maybe in here they can have different end tables than that last one, so it doesn't feel so repetitive. I don't know which one's just yet, but okay, I think over here I'll just give them these horse ranch ones. They're like slightly rustic, so I think that works. And they're pretty small, so I should be able to fit them by this side as well. I mean, they all have like these little trunks at the end, which are probably like their own personal belongings, but maybe they can have extras in here. And I was also thinking of putting in the ones from werewolves, but maybe I should use that somewhere else, like in the other tents, so that I don't take up all the space in here just for dressers. So I'll put a mirror on this side. I think I'll use this mirror from City Living, and let me copy the string lights that I did over here. Okay, using these same string lights, I'm gonna add them here, and then I can probably delete the overhead for now because this is quite the bright object actually. I didn't even realize. Maybe I will dull that down a little bit. Should I even make it purple? I don't know what it is originally, just warm white maybe? I will dull it a little bit because I don't want it to be overly bright in here, like that. There is just like a giant space in the middle, so maybe I could put some kind of table in the center. I could put the leaf rugs in here. What if they each had a different little leaf rug? I think that kind of would mean I need to change the other tent, but if they all had a different little leaf formation, maybe that's cuter for like a kid's cabin or something. You can make like a really cute fall, like summer camp. Well, wouldn't be a summer camp if it's in the fall, but some sort of like fall camp with this. And like each camper would have a different little leaf rug. If I had Enchanted by Nature when I did my fall bed and breakfast, I for sure would have put some of those in. But for in here, maybe I'll do just like this macrame rug. Is that macrame? I think it is, but I could be wrong. I will layer rugs in here. Moon phases. There's also this woven one. Okay, maybe I should layer these over the fluffy one. Put the purple there and the woven one over here. I'm not sure this is the best layering of rugs I've ever done, but I'm sure it'll be okay for now. But you could come back to the tour or like see the tour at the end and things could just be completely different from how I left them with you guys. I'm in quite the indecisive mood, so things are definitely subject to change here. I think it'd be really pretty to have ivy in here, but I don't know if it would make sense. But maybe for the inside we could just pretend that it's not real and it's just fake plants. I just feel like it adds instantly like such a magical feel that I kind of want to add them, but I don't know if it makes sense. Sometimes I wish I was doing this live just for a second opinion because I cannot make decisions ever. And it would be nice to have someone just tell me if this looks good or bad. I'll use the same curtains on the inside. I really like the plants, but I don't know if it's just because I like that pop of green and maybe I should just add floor plants before I jump to adding like a whole garland. But you could put this little tree here. Some purple roses maybe. Let me try this plant cluster here. And let me also see about a seating. I feel like I would need some kind of like back-to-back seating like this almost. Or like 2 chairs facing each other. Or even just a bench. Oh, this couch from Island Living might actually be perfect for in here. I'll try to scoot it together a little bit. And then that way there's like something happening in the middle. So I might go for more of like a symmetrical look in this room and see how I feel. For any spot that's not gonna have a plant, I'll put a candle instead. It's Let's try the wicker basket over here and ignore the fact that the ivy is clipping into there. Let me try to move that a little bit. It's not going to catch fire, I swear. I put a plant there, so for this one, they will have candles. I feel like I shouldn't give them the purple candles, so we can leave the ones that I used like up on the hill, very ceremonial. And in here, I'll just give them, maybe I'll give them this little set. This is from backyard stuff, I believe. Or is it? Wait, I don't actually think I have backyard stuff. It might be perfect patio. I don't know. It's the one with the drink icon, and that's about as much as I know. This was one of the free packs that we got like a bit ago. Like, it's not free anymore, but there was a time when they put that pack out for free, which is why I have it, but I actually use it a decent chunk because there's some cute candle items in it. Oh, you know what I need to use and not forget to use is the backsplash from Enchanted by Nature, because it has the like perfect purple coloring and it's got that moth theme, so I'm definitely gonna have to put that like in the bathroom or in the kitchen or something. I'm also worried I'm gonna forget to add a kitchen, so let me put in some placeholder items so that I remember. It definitely feels a lot more personalized in the other tent, but maybe the reasoning we can go with is maybe they're kind of higher up there in this group. I mean, I'm kind of thinking there's like the one leader and everyone else is, I guess, equal, but maybe just for the lore behind why this tent looks so different from this one, they're like a higher rank, I guess. And maybe this is for like people just entering in or something. I could also add more string lights, but how many is too many? Or I just feel like I need more curtains along this wall or something, just for extra texture if I'm not gonna add any like posters. Each bed have their own curtain situation, or is that kind of strange? Okay, I'm adding these symbols in between these curtain objects from Love Struck because I think maybe that would be better than like the one off to the side, because then it doesn't feel as like important, I guess. So we're gonna try like this, and this is honestly making me think I might redo the other tent actually, so that they all kind of have more of this like symmetrical feel, but I will have to explore that a little bit further, I think. And then once again, it'll probably be something that I do off camera because it's going to be a lot of indecision with very little commentary, if any. So I'm going to give them some Kleenexes. I just want to put like a couple of different, I guess, like clutter items so it does look like the place is in use. Oh, what if I give this bedside table here the sticky notes, and then they can look like the one who's communing with this person over here who's also has the sticky notes. Does that make sense? Like, this is the person that's writing the letters about like how to get out or like what's happening or something. I do need to find the one that comes with a yellow swatch though, so I can actually draw the similarities, and I believe this would be the one. Okay, I'll tuck it down there, and then we will put the same one over by this bedside, and then that way you can hopefully draw the parallel. Or if you're like someone who downloads this who isn't watching the video, hopefully they can draw the parallel. But I like leaving these little Easter eggs around. You can put the books too. Maybe they can have a little butterfly picture. I was also going to put more of the no shoe signs. So maybe I'll actually put that on this one. Okay, I think that's cute for this room and probably good. So I want to start on the dining hall next. It is on a diagonal and it's also on like a foundation kind of situation. So I'm having some major lighting problems like when I rest it at the back there. So I'm wondering if maybe I just have to pull it out from the wall a little bit, but that also looks kind of weird to me. So I think we're just gonna have to keep the ugly lighting. Maybe I'll do less counters so maybe you see less of it, and maybe I could put clutter as well to hide some of that. But we definitely need a fridge. I don't know if we have any purple fridges, but I do think this one's really pretty from Growing Together. Does this one come in purple? No. I mean, I'm pretty sure this one does, or at least it feels like it would. Oh, I guess it actually doesn't, but either way, that's way too fancy and fantastical for what we're going for. This one from Life and Death isn't bad, but I don't love the glass pane on it. Oh, we have this light purple one from the Restoration Workshop one. Oh, or there's this one from Cottage Living. So I guess we'll go with this one, even though I would probably consider this more blue, but who am I to say? I also need a window. Maybe I'll just do one in the end. And then we can also have a stove. I think this is going to be a bit more open concept than I was planning. I want to put a wall, but I don't know if it's going to like glitch the lighting or if I'll be able to fit all my tables and stuff. But this feels like really open. I feel like I could do something like this and then put in a spandrel. Oh, that looks... Oh, actually that's okay. I thought the lighting was going to be really weird. We do have new spandrels, but I wonder if I want to use like the purple one. Though I guess it would make more sense to pick just a neutral one given this is a tent. Okay, yeah, I'll just use the new one. You can't really see the main feature of it on here. It has like these crisscross beams, which are really cute, but we'll just have to go with this for now. And then I'm thinking we take like a really big curtain and put it along. Or do we finally use the new curtains with the little purple on them? I have to use them somewhere. It's just mandatory, basically. I could do it like this, and then maybe this way it'll actually look like they can pull across or whatnot. Okay, maybe that means I have to change the color of this beam though, because it's not quite blending in. That's probably the best we're gonna get. But could I keep layering the curtains though? Like, I feel like something wider like this would also work. What if I put these ones behind it? I think that's also kind of cute. Ooh, if I put it in the cream, it matches pretty well. Okay, I think that's cute. I mean, maybe don't look at it from this side because I couldn't even tell you what's going on. But if you look at it from the dining hall area, I think you're okay. So we can go with that. I was going to use this stove since I think it might be the only purple one we have. There is this cottage living one still, but I feel like this maybe fits better. But also, I don't think I'm using the restoration kit anywhere else, so maybe I won't use that here. I think maybe I'll just do a standard stove. I have to play around with some of the end pieces just because of the diagonal here. That works. And then we need a sink as well. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put the blender in here too because that's a new like kitchen appliance that we got with this pack. And I want to try it out. Oh, I could use like one of those big built-in sinks that we actually got from Cottage Living. Do have to alt place it though. This. Okay, and then for kitchen appliances, where is the blender? Here it is. Okay, so we have 3 counters. One of them has to be empty for prep, which I think I'll make this one just to be safe. And then we can put the blender over here, stove, empty, and then maybe decor here or another gonna say another appliance. And we got this brand new tea kettle from the pack. I think this is one of the objects that you only get if you order within a certain date, which I will admit, not a fan of that because you're already paying so much for a pack. Like, I feel like there shouldn't be this added thing to it as well. Like, I feel like if you're gonna pay full price for the pack, you should get all of the items. However, I do think this is really cute and I want to try it out, so I'm gonna put it in. I think it works the way as like the 4 rent kettles. Oh, wait, this one kind of fits the color scheme better though. But yeah, I think it works the same as the 4 rent kettles where they can make tea or coffee or hot cocoa. So that's my thinking. But this green speckled one is like so classic. Or this blue one is just so classic camping. Like, these types of patterns on mugs is like essential to at least the Canadian camping experience when I've gone. So that's really cute. And I guess maybe a dishwasher could be helpful, but I don't know if I'm gonna add that. And then if those are our appliances, I will just decorate around them so that I don't make the other counter unfunctional or not functional. I feel like I keep saying unfunctional recently, and I'm pretty convinced that that's not actually a word, so no one, like, I'm just gonna peruse through for a couple of different decor items. Oh, this absolutely has to go up here. This should be like right here. This is from Vampires. It's just like a book stand, but I feel like it's definitely giving some kind of ritual situation. So we're gonna put that up there. Oh, there's also, I think, like a moon petal or something from Werewolves, if I can find that. That might be clutter that belongs in a different space, but we can always see. Like, I feel like I just need normal kitchen clutter in here. Alright, I've pulled out a couple of different clutter options here, but I do think we could do with a plant as well. Maybe one of those small ones, or some like purple flowers. Ooh, a purple orchid would be really pretty, and maybe those ones as well. But once again, we have to put them around this area here. I found this little tea stack from Get Together. I also think maybe a couple of little jars and stuff would be good. I also had these mugs, but I feel like maybe that's something they'd keep hidden. Maybe I could squeeze in this little harvesting basket almost. Oops. Okay, and then I want to put it like this so that it kind of looks like they're in the middle of cooking something. It's going to be a bit squidgy right now, so I'm going to shift things around. I'm also going to need to add a bunch more candles and stuff. I had this like weird hand thing, but again, I feel like that's maybe something that should go somewhere else. And lastly, I think I'll put along a couple of vines back here. And I know realistically they wouldn't grow on the inside, but maybe we can pretend that they're just fake plants that they've made match the outdoor plants that are real. Though the lighting is super weird in here. I don't understand what's happening. If that's the case, maybe I will just use a purple curtain. But I really wanted the kind of vines going along. I was maybe going to take the vines from the bathroom, which I actually did not show you in the end because it was giving me a really hard time. So maybe I can take these ones. These are just from Cottage Living, and maybe I could use those. Though again, the lighting is really not great. Maybe if I put in a couple candles or like a sconce or something, it would fix things. I want some of those tall candlesticks from Lovestruck going back there. And on the sink too. Something like that. Again, probably very much a fire hazard in this tent, but we're just gonna roll with it. I have kind of strayed away from the realistic approach that I originally said I was going for, but what can you do? I feel like this is just a magical build. Okay, I want to find those tiles again from Enchanted by Nature. There's also a whole bunch of art that I could be using, and I probably will use in these public spaces. But I've kind of forgotten to use them elsewhere. This purple version. I guess I'll try to line them up as best I can over here. The nice thing about how I've like built the tents is that if I push things into the wall, you can't really see it because there's technically like a whole other tile that's kind of hidden. So that works out well for me. Okay, I'm just trying to see if that one was touching the counter or not. Okay. Like that, and then we'll also put one along here. I wish I could put it up there, but I fear I cannot, so this will have to do. I think that's really cute though. It looks so pretty. Oh, this is clipping pretty bad though. Okay, we're just gonna have to leave it like that. I don't think I'll be able to make it any better, but we can put a little rug throughout here. Maybe here I could use the runner that I was maybe gonna use, and the kind of like feast area, but I think it would fit the space here nicely, or maybe with a bit of specific placement. All right, tedious, and I don't even know if it's worth it, but I guess we can keep it. I feel like these corners are really empty though. I almost want some kind of hutch, or we could put the nectar storage. Maybe I could, this makes it look like they're filling this area with these, but maybe it's more like they're taking these out to ship them out, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's about gonna do it for the decor there, unless I put a plant or some candles on top of this. Yeah, I'll add this plant, and maybe I'll put this one over here. And I guess lastly we will put a candle or two on top of here. Oh, I feel like I should be using these lanterns on the inside for my lighting. Yeah, I think switching out the lighting helps a lot in here. I think it definitely looks more whimsical already. So I am going to keep that. I could do this one big dining table, or I can use like a couple of smaller circular ones. Ooh, like maybe this life and death one, that's a bit purple. Or I actually think that the new pack has some purple ones as well. Does this have purple tablecloth? No. Yeah, it has these ones, but I don't know if I love them for this build. I love this table overall, like I will be using it excessively, but for this more kind of whimsical feel that I have going, I think maybe it's not the best. But I could try these new ones instead. For chairs, what should we do? Maybe I'll use these new white ones, or actually maybe these leather ones. I like the texturing on them. I don't know how whimsical they feel, but maybe I can dress them up with decorations on it. I think the table runner would be a good addition, the plant one that I used earlier. I feel like maybe this is just kind of like the breakfast hall, maybe lunch, but they always eat dinner at that like feast table. Or this is in the event that it rains, though I feel like they would not be stopped by rain. I feel like they would just go about their day all the same, like doing all their outdoor activities and everything. Okay, we can do the garland like that. I'm gonna try to rotate a couple of these so it doesn't look so identical. Oh, maybe in the center we could put this flower piece and maybe like a bunch of candles. Now it just kind of looks like a wedding. Not exactly my intention. Okay, maybe we should make it look less like a wedding. I'll switch out that big flower centerpiece and we can just do these little purple flowers and candles too. I want these same candlesticks. It's still kind of giving wedding. I'm gonna switch out the chairs though. Ooh, I feel like these ones would be really pretty. I actually just can't unsee the wedding situation though. I need to find something that feels whimsical but not necessarily wedding. We're gonna go with these chairs because I feel like the inset opal or stone or whatever it is there, it's kind of reminded me of a moon. So we're gonna go with that. And then we can put a bunch of rugs down. So I don't know how I want these to be laid out. I don't think I have many options. Okay, yeah, I think the other way might be my only option. So we definitely need more purple in here though. We have this really pretty new rug, but I'm not sure the swatches are gonna work for in here. Yeah, the only purple is like this kayak one, which I wouldn't say fits the vibe. Could use more of this one maybe, or... Ooh, the bear rug is purple a little bit, but I don't think I want you to be able to see the bear. Looks too cutesy for this. I'm not sure how many times I've used this purple rug already, but I kind of want to use it again. Or maybe we use a life and death one now that we're on the inside. They don't look nearly as purple in here, but I think I'll go with this one. Kind of like this orientation better. And then let's put a couple of posters and stuff up here because I feel like the walls need it. We could definitely use stuff from Werewolves or I think Realm of Magic because they have this moon face picture, which I would say is perfect for in here. They also have these smaller ones. I don't know if any of these have like moon imagery. It doesn't look like it. The other one I'm thinking of is, oh, this could be nice. It's not the one I was thinking of. I was gonna say I was thinking of the werewolves one, but this could work. Yeah, these ones here. Maybe I'll just connect them. Oh, and this is literally meant to be the moon petal flower, which I actually did add up to the kind of ceremony area, if you will, in place of where the crystal ball was. So I think that'll be nice. Though maybe I should put it on the ground as well so that your Sims can like actually use it. I guess we also need their symbol in here. I don't know where though. My like above the door space is gone, but I guess we have it on the outside, so it's okay. I've decided I want to come over here and actually work on the leaders area. We can do it like this, and then maybe this entrance area is either like a waiting room to see the leader or is like the leader gives out therapy sessions, because I'm thinking they produce nectar here, but maybe they also front as like a wellness center. So we could do something like that. Also, these lights should disappear in live mode, so they're really annoying in build mode because you can see them the whole time, but in live mode you should be okay. But yeah, this couch from Vampires made me think of like those therapy couches, so maybe we can go with that. I idea. Then on this side, maybe I'll just use the all white couch. But I feel like it'd be more eerie if it was like just one chair or something. Okay, let me find some kind of like big fancy chair, I guess. There's got to be something from Vampires or Get Famous. Here's the Get Famous one, but no real good purple swatches. I guess the white could be fine, but I was kind of thinking like a big fancy purple chair. Oh yeah, like this from Vampires. Oh, it's a matching one to that. Okay, that's perfect. We will use this and we will put it in the right in the center. That feels nice and creepy. We can do that. Oh my gosh, I feel like they would have a pet cat or something that just sits on this stool beside them and stares at whoever's on the couch. Then I need a giant rug for along here. That one's purple. Can I use the paranormal one again? Who's gonna tell me no? I feel like I should use it. Maybe that layered with... Oh wait, or there's that one, which does feel quite fancy. And I did say that was the vibe. But maybe I should layer it with like a macrame rug. There is also this one that I was thinking about using. Maybe I'll put that one in the bedroom. We'll do the purple one out here. We could also put in a coffee table. Or maybe this coffee table from Paranormal. I kind of like it with the flower branch on it. But almost something like one of these larger ones that are square could realistically maybe fit better and work better for this space. Try this one, which matches the chairs we use in the dining room, but we can bring it into here instead. Could be nice. I feel like it's way creepier if this chair's like all the way back here, like the farther they are, but we'll do it like this just for decoration purposes. Also, I know a tent or a fire in here does not make sense because it's a tent, but I kind of want to add one. Oh, like a really grand fireplace behind this chair. I see the vision. I feel like people are going to be bugged if I do that. But realistically, you could just delete it if you don't like it. You don't have to keep anything in these builds. Okay, no, I won't do that. I can put like the candle basket beside. I feel like I need a bunch of artwork, which means I could bring in these tarot ones that I was going to use. Just need to, again, figure out who's who. Maybe since this is kind of like a standalone one, this will be the person that like the leader is the reincarnate of, or like that's their belief here or something. Because I like that these two match each other. I almost feel like this needs to be raised up on a platform, but I don't think that makes sense in a tent, so I won't add that. Okay, this is meant to be for funerals, I believe, but the organized look of it, I kind of really like for in here. It feels kind of creepy. I can add in vines as well. I feel like this flower box that I was using outside. Again, the lighting is being so not good. Just like that sentence. I'll put like these lanterns. Maybe the baskets can go here. Then we can just put a couple more candles. Maybe some of these purple ones again. Oh, there's these lanterns as well, which I like. And then I think some of the candlesticks. And then maybe that'll be enough candles. Who's to say? Okay, yeah, I've definitely gone overboard with candles in this area. Maybe I need some kind of like bookshelf back here. Or just some kind of like console table. I have this fancy hutch. Maybe that can go in there. Oh, there's also this one. And the blanket. Should I be using a bar back or something? I'll probably use a bar back on this side to just really take up that space. And even put it in the purple color. That works pretty well. Then I just think I need one more big thing for back here. I just can't figure out what that is or what it should be. Oh, you know what? What if we use these memorial displays from Life and Death? I feel like that is very creepy. I don't know if there's going to be anything behind it. Okay, might be weird, but let me put an urn back there. And then maybe they could pretend that like the spirit of this moon goddess lady here is in this vase. I know there's a purple urn somewhere. This one's really pretty from Life and Death though. I think I'm actually going to use this moon urn. I feel like that's quite applicable. And then maybe we can just put more candles up here. Ooh, but I'll use the paranormal ones because those feel creepy. That almost makes me think that maybe the layout should be different. Like, I don't know if I want this massive chair blocking that, but I guess I'll keep it for now and then we can see, but move it forward a little bit. For on the actual coffee table here, think I'll keep it pretty simple with just a plant and some candles. I can use this purple flower one, and then maybe I'll use these flower candles beside it. And I'll put a plant in this corner and in this corner as well. Okay, that does mean I need to figure out the curtain situation for over here. I mean, maybe I just use the businesses and hobbies ones. Oh, or I take that full like sculpture item. This one from Love Struck, and I can use that. It's a little bit tall, so I think I have to shrink my archway here. I'm going to repeat that onto the back side. I might even make these dark purple instead. Okay, I think that looks super whimsical. I want to use these paper lanterns in here again, and then we will have the bed in the center with this rug. I think I'll make it really big. I was also wondering if I should put in like the Love Struck blanket somewhere. I just haven't really decided where or if I should. Oh, there's also this rug from Vampires. Let me use that instead of the paranormal one, because I think I was using the paranormal too much. Okay, yeah, I think the dark purple definitely helps with the moody feel. And then I'm gonna use these as the side tables. I guess I'll keep them in the white. The only thing about this bed is I don't know if I love the black framing on it compared to how light everything else is, but it's just so pretty and perfect. Though maybe it's too magical. Perhaps I should just use this one from For Rent. It's still very pretty and has like the nice draping, but it feels maybe more realistic. And then I'll just bring in other purple decor elsewhere. I'm gonna have these lights be purple, and then I'll warm it up with candlelight. So don't know how I feel about these hutches. I still have so much space. What else do I put in here? Maybe they can have a big fancy desk. Maybe I'll give them the paranormal one, because I think I'm going to switch this out from the other room that I did. I'm between these two desks right now. With the purple lighting, this one looks a lot more red, and this one might be too small for what I'm going for. So let me try this one instead. Maybe with this woven chair. I feel like there's a big disconnect between these two rooms. So I think this one needs to have more dark purple, and then maybe they'll feel a bit more unified. I feel like this one could be all right. Or what about the rectangle version? I don't know if that has dark purple. I could put the moon phase rug in here, and then just one of these rugs out on the front here. Maybe that's better because it feels a bit more fancy. And I can switch some of the side tables to purple. I feel like I'm gonna need a whole plant wall here, but let's try adding in some of the vines. Could I put those in the bar back? That looks really pretty when I do that. Okay, I'm gonna add those there. I will put these by the desk and also above the bed. And I'm gonna bring in more candles to try and fix the lighting right now. Oh, there's also this moonlight that I'll have to put somewhere. I'm gonna try this cluster from base game now, and then I'll put, well, I guess I could do the same clusters in different swatch on the other side. Those do make these end tables look too red though, so let me switch the swatch again. I feel like they need a fancier desk chair. That one feels too small. I'll give them the vampires one in this room, except I'm not loving the color swatches on it. Desk chairs. Okay, this one's extremely obnoxious from Get Famous, but maybe it'll work. I think it's too obnoxious. I don't think I can add that. Could have used the same one I used in the dining room. These ones from Realm of Magic, but again, I think too whimsical. Okay, I'm just gonna use the same one that I used in the like outdoor eating space, because I think it's like the perfect amount of regal. And if I have a desk area, why not put in a massive bookshelf? I do kind of like this one from Realm of Magic, but I don't know if it looks too fantastical. I feel like it's subtle enough, maybe. Ooh, the Life and Death bookshelves would be perfect though, and then I can match them to the swatch of the desk. We'll take this short wall height one in the same kind of swatch. I think it's that swatch there. And what's so nice about these bookshelves is that they actually come with different book swatches, but the same exterior swatch. So then you can have just walls of bookshelves without it looking too repetitive. which is always lovely. I do think I need a smaller vine in the middle there. I can try this one. And then in this corner, we could make this a like dressing area. Maybe they can have the traveling trunk as well. I still haven't had the chance to use this new dresser. I completely forgot to use it in the B&B that I did, but this is so cute and it's so gorgeously textured. Look at this. It's so beautiful. But it's definitely not the vibe for this room, but I will absolutely be using that in probably every single family home that I do from now on. But for in here, I'll use this base game one. Maybe in the more red swatch, I guess. Okay, that works. And then for this area, it definitely needs to be filled up a little better. I feel like I need a couch on the end of the bed. There's this low sitting one. I don't know though. This one's fancy and purple, but maybe too fancy. There's this dark purple one. I guess that can work. I might pull the rug forward. I just need to make it even bigger maybe. It's starting to feel like my color scheme is a little bit all over the place and not in the best way, so I'm gonna try to unify things a bit better. I think I'll add this moon picture again above the bed, and then I can put some of these like creepy knickknacks on the dresser and stuff. I pulled out this moon petal from Werewolves, so that's gonna be somewhere here. Okay, I guess we could leave that there. I'm gonna give them the typewriter computer from Cottage Living so that it doesn't feel as like there's random technology here, unless if I gave them just a completely normal looking computer, maybe that would make it better, because then it's like it kind of breaks the illusion of like this whimsical moon thing scenario, and instead is like it's like suddenly realistic. I don't think I'm explaining that well, but hopefully you understand what I mean. Like I feel like it's a contrast that just makes this build feel creepy because you realize, oh, it's not actually like a fantastical thing. So for that reason, I will put in a very chunky computer. Should I give her a TV as well? I feel like that would be funny if there's no tech anywhere else and no one's allowed to have tech, but then the leader just has a TV in their room. I won't do that, but I do think that would be kind of funny. I'm gonna put that like end chest here, and then maybe the couch there. Maybe the couch can just go over here. We also need more curtains again. I think I'll just keep using these same ones, and then something, there needs to be like a light over the door and a plant as well. Can maybe put vines over the door instead, and then maybe I'll throw in a standing mirror as well in this corner, so then there's like options. Throw in a small plant beside that. I don't know what I do with this corner over here. This feels kind of random and empty. Can I put the fireplace here? No, I can't put it in a fireplace. That's not right. Not in a tent. I wonder if I could give them like one skill item or something. Ooh, what if they had these sculptures all around? Ooh, those ones too. Maybe a gazebo. Okay, that's gonna have to be for the outdoor area that I'm gonna do off camera. Should I put in the tarot tent? It looks cool, but I'm not sure it makes sense. Actually, it looks really cool. I mean, it's not a functional item. It's just this sign thing that I think doesn't make the most sense for in here, but I feel like it can go somewhere. You know, I think I'm gonna sort the rest of this out off camera, and so now we can just go take a look at how to make the custom venue. I evicted my sim, so that's why all the trees are back to green and whatnot, because you can't have a custom venue and have your sim live on that lot. Like, they can go stay overnight and sleep there and all of that, and you could probably make them stay as long as you wanted to, but they can't like own it on their residential lot, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna switch it to custom venue, which is the lot type, and then we're gonna hit modify schedule preset and basically build our own. So there's all of these base ones which maybe we could use. I also love this idea of the senior living community. I also want to try to make a daycare. I think there's just so many cute things you can make with this that would now be functional, but we're gonna make a new one. So there's custom roles. I'm gonna, for now, let's just call this leader and enter. And there will only be one. If you hit details, there's all of these criterias you can add. So you can add like roles, activities. I'm gonna say in order to be the leader, you're gonna need to be maybe an elder, though it's kind of creepy when they're younger. I was thinking it'd be really funny if this was a cult for like 5-star celebrities that's like masked as a wellness retreat. I think that would be so funny. Or you could like pick an occult, so they could have to be a werewolf, but I like the idea that they're not an occult, so let's actually do that, but they're trying to become an occult kind of thing. And then for age, I'm gonna say they have to be an elder. We'll just go with that. And then what's really fun is you can go in and pick their actual outfit, so you could have it be their everyday or any of the other categories. You could have it be under a certain style and color, like it could be boho and purple. That would be pretty applicable. But I think to really push the cult feel, we're gonna go custom. I think for the members, maybe you'll need we can do 8. There will be a lot of members here. Also, if you wanted it to not be randoms, you can pick specific sims. So if I made all of the sims that I want, like I can assign them to specific roles. I also think we're gonna need a name for it. If you guys have name suggestions, let me know down below and I can switch it before I upload it to the gallery, because you can actually transfer both the venue and the venue schedule to the gallery. So that could be super cool. I feel like they're going to be up quite late into the evening. I feel like they really thrive when the moon is out. So I'm going to try and pick like later time slots. Like almost like everything happens in the evening. Like it's a nocturnal sort of deal. I just want to get all the timings right and then we can switch to everything else. All of your time slots have to be a 3-hour difference. So it's kind of limited with what I can like pick and choose, I guess. But this is kind of what I have right now. And then we can change essentially all of this. So I can also make it so that the leader and the member can be doing stuff in this time if I wanted, but it could also just be one or the other if I wanted. But I think it makes sense if they had an option for both. But say at 1 a.m., if we go to outdoor, maybe at 1 a.m. they are all moon bathing. And that basically means that they will literally just lay on the ground and stare at the moon. And I did test that out and it actually looked so funny. And so I'm going to keep that in. Then you can also have them do other things at this time if you wanted. But there can be moon bathing. At 4 a.m. everyone is going to come out and tend and harvest the garden. At 7 a.m., I'm not sure what they'll do at 7 a.m. Should they still be up or should they go to sleep at 7? At 7 a.m., everyone's going to make a smoothie. That's going to be so chaotic. I put one blender in this place. At 10 p.m., everyone can drink nectar. But what's so nice about this is like they have that main activity, but then again, you can add like the sub activities so that like somebody could be drinking the nectar, but someone can also be making the nectar under like the same thing. I think I'm going to have to play around with this like off camera and then I'll show you what I've done because there's so much to explore and I feel like I need time to figure it out. But what other mean things could they do? I definitely need something with the water. Oh yeah, we have to do seances. If I do free time and then put sub things in that. Okay, but maybe at 7 they're all catching butterflies. Oh, but if we do it at like dark time, if everyone's catching butterflies, I think they'd actually collect moths and that could be really cute. This is really just quite the itinerary we have going here. Oh, stargazing feels kind of essential. Okay, let me put in swim. And then maybe here everyone is sleeping. Okay, this is kind of what I have going right now, but I'm gonna polish it off and then I will show you guys a tour of it. This is what I came up with for the schedule feature. I won't go too in depth with it here. If you download it off the gallery, then you can see, but we have things like moon bathing, seances, tending to the garden, making nectar, stargazing, swimming, campfires, dancing, all of those sort of things. And they have a specific dress code, which definitely adds to the cult feel. I'm going to give you a tour of the whole build now. I did switch it back to summer for the tour because when I was playing in fall, it was getting too fall for what I wanted. And I think it looks so pretty with the purple and the green together. The color scheme is chef's kiss. We have the little farm area over here, the little chickens, the leader's tent, I'm going to show you all of the insides as well, but I just want to show you the exterior first. Then over here we've got like the sleeping tents. I did actually decide to turn one of them into a fitness area instead of a second sleeping area. Coming up here, we have another community tent, and then we have the backyard area of the leader's space, which has the seance table, this well from Life and Death that's functional, then all of the butterfly and moth habitats. I also did decide to put out the Love Struck blanket, and there's also an outhouse over there. Over here, we have the feast table, which I love how it came out. I think it looks so pretty, especially at nighttime. I think this build looks just gorgeous. Now I'll show you the first sleeping area. I did switch it up a bit from what you saw when I was building it with you guys because I did want it to feel a bit more structured, I guess, and less homey almost. So I did switch around a couple things, but I did keep that little note idea because I thought that was a very fun touch. And then we come over to the second sleeping tent. This one is slightly bigger, and you can see I have some people already sleeping in here. I think it looks really magical in here and very pretty. You can see over here, this is the person who's writing the notes, which is why I did the little zoom in. And yeah, I think this one's really cute. And then we have our little circus tents almost, which end up being the bathroom. It's not like the best tour of this, I'll be honest. It's kind of hard to tour because of the space in here. Oh, and there's a random man there. Okay. But we have a bathroom stall here. Then to the left, we have a shower stall. And then it repeats on the other side. So it's like 2 bathrooms and 2 showers in each of these huts. They're all the exact same, like both of these bathrooms. So I didn't bother showing you the second one. But then we move over to the third tent, which does end up being a community space, which I turned into a fitness center. I thought maybe if they're fronting as a wellness center, they'd actually need to have some wellness stuff. So I included the new spin bikes and the free weights, both new items from this pack. So that's fun if you want to check that out. And then we will make our way over into the dining tent here. I did again switch up a couple of things. I decided to make the tables this cream color instead of the dark brown. I just felt like it matched a little bit better. And I put these super cute like tea station clutter objects from the new pack on the tables because I felt like that was very fitting. I think the kitchen looks so whimsical. I think it looks a little maybe more homey than I intended, but I wasn't really sure how to make a community kitchen that still felt like it fit the theme. I don't know if that makes sense, so that's just what I went with. And then we can make our way over into the leader's tent. I think this one came out so pretty as well. I really like this entrance area, all the rich purples, the lanterns, the candles, and I like this little almost shrine setup I have. And I think the tarot card images from Life and Death really make it and kind of sell what I was going for. And then we have the leader's bedroom. It's definitely very big in here, but I think it came out super cute. I love all the moon imagery, very whimsical, and I also like the addition of just a normal old PC to kind of break the illusion that it's not actually like a fantasy world. Like it's kind of all in their head, I guess. And then you can come out the back door and see like the butterfly area, which is so pretty. I'm in love with these butterfly stickers. I think they make your build look so magical. And then we will make our way over into the activity tent. Now, I didn't show you this because I was having such difficulty decorating it. I actually still think maybe I should add a couple things, but I think it's cute nonetheless. I tried to put anything and everything in here, so your Sims have lots of activities. They can flower arrange, apothecary, make nectar, paper crafts, pottery, crochet, all of those sorts of things. And then we come up here to the feast area again. So gorgeous. I added that bar from, I think it's Realm of Magic, and a cauldron. And then we have like both a pool and a hot springs. You can see Judith Ward in there. And I think the view from here is so pretty when you're looking down at the rest of the campsite. I love the hot springs area as well. Super pretty at night. I would love to go swim here. I feel like that would be so magical. I also made this phases of the moon sort of ring around the campfire, which I think is just top notch for this build. And this is the overview, and that's the end of the tour. That is it for today's long play. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give the video a like and subscribe if you want to see some future content, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one.